Welcome back. We are on story time part 2. Oh, we got my family in the building. Man. Yes, sir. Man, welcome back to Uncle Plugg TV. This is story time part 2. Man, we got to finish what we was talking about, man. Hey, everything is live in effect, man. We had some technical difficulties this morning. We had to get the Wi-Fi up and running and doing what it do so we can do what we do. You know what I mean? And that's bringing this content to you live and direct. You dig what I'm talking about? Hey, so when we left off last time, I was giving y'all the story about what was going on with me and Briggs. We had just got into the canteen. We was out there pitching. We was the central nucleus of the of the pound, and everything was good. We was moving and shaking, man. Everything was moving like it was supposed to. It was just a lovely situation. You dig what I'm talking about? Man, but the story goes a little more deeper than that. It goes a little deeper than that. When I first got in there, I had some plex with this sergeant. I probably was telling y'all in part 1. I had this little plex with this female sergeant, and that was in the pod. I don't know what it was. I don't know whether she just didn't like me. Whatever the case may was, she just didn't like me. That's all I can say. I can just say that she just didn't like you, boy. It was cool. It was cool, no pressure. I ain't had no problem with it, whatever the case may be. I'm not everybody's favorite flavor. I am the orange flavored pack of Kool-Aid. I understand that, and it's always understood. I'm not tripping at all. But moving over there to the actual part, well, actually, they had us mixed in with the people that was in transit. They had us mixed in with the people in transit, and they haven't opened up our orderly dorm yet. So in that dorm, she seen me before I made, orderly, because that's what you are when you are, when you are doing those certain jobs that when you interact with the staff on a regular basis, you are orderly. Those are the staff barber jobs, the canteen, staff canteen, the TNR, the canteen operators, things of that nature. So they had us mixed in, and they hadn't opened up our, new dorm yet. They haven't opened up our orderly dorm where they separate us from all the transits and put us over here, because they don't want us mixing and mingling. People be trying to, make transactions happen on the pound. So they were trying to keep us separate. You know what I'm saying? Plus our custody is lower than everybody else's, and they don't want us mixing and mingling with people. Okay, cool. So before we moved over there, I don't know what it was. She just had an issue. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what the issue was. I couldn't tell you. All I could do is say, hey, she didn't like your boy for some particular reason. So boom, we moved back over there to the orderly dorm. We finally get over to the orderly dorm. Me and her already got some place. She just at me every time I come into the thing. She'll let me sit in the breeze, wait for a little longer than everybody else before she buzzed me in. Most of the time, I pretty much most of the time stayed inside of the canteen on a regular basis throughout the entire day. Like all the workouts I did it down there. If I went with Riggs and we was doing, working out, reading the Bible, you know what I'm saying? We pretty much stayed in the canteen. They'll come to the canteen and count us while we in canteen. Hanging out, no problem. So this particular day, now let me remind you that I got moved from staff barber to TNR, which is transport and receiving. So when I moved from transport and receiving and went confinement for the little fight, somebody stole my bomb. I thought it was Buddy, but it wasn't Buddy. So I went to TNR, then I got the canteen operator job. So when I got the canteen operator job, everything was moving like it was supposed to be moving, but that's still lingering. Just we'll come back to that. So we pretty much stayed on a regular basis. We pretty much stayed in the canteen, prayed, worked out, did whatever we did right there in the canteen. So when they moved us over, this, that, and the third, let me collect my thoughts for a second. Hold on. Make sure I run down everything that had transpired in that, because this is like over 12, 13 years ago. So, okay, we moved to that side. Let's go. We moved to that side. And then we moved to that side. Everything moving smooth. You know, she giving us assignments to do. You know, people in the depot that bring most of the canteens, the zoom zooms, the wham whams, the honey buns, the chips and cookies. You know, people steal. People be hungry. They work in the depot. You know, people steal. It's prison, people. You know what I'm saying? It's prison. Hey, people steal. It is that's about what they there for. Whatever it is. Hey, people trying to survive. You in a struggle situation. You in the jungle. In the jungle, you gotta eat. It is what it is. You gotta eat while you're in the jungle. So while we in the jungle, we're doing what it do. So what she need for us to do is sacrifice. It's called sacrifice. You gotta sacrifice, and the sacrifice comes when, you know, whenever somebody say, "Okay, I want to run my whole card," which means they want to run their whole $60, $70, $80, up to $100. You know, what you do is be like, "Hey man, what you gonna charge me to run my whole card?" Because they'll tell them, "Hey, you only got certain amount of items, so you got to be fast." Because within that time frame, we only got a certain amount of time to get these 15, 20 people through this line and do whatever it do. All right, so boom. So we'll do beep, 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 beep. We gotta punch in everything they ordering, this, that, and the third, and we charge them. All right, I charge you $2 to run your whole card. Now we might have a box of 100 buns that's maybe like 10 short. 100 buns go for $1 a piece. All right, let's just say $1 a piece. So I got to sacrifice my $2 that I can make for me to feed me to replace what's in this what's the name. That's why she wanted hustlers. That's why she wanted hustlers in here. So boom, 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 boom. Hey man, $3 for this, or $1 for this, or $2 for this. All right, bet. So we running cards. They tossing us this, tossing us that, and we got. Oh, hey, I'm gonna put 100 bun on that. All right, bet. So he ordered 10. He only get 9. That one going over here, I got to replace that one in the what's the name. So once we get, like, she might say, "Oh, I got $33 that need to be replaced. That got took." Oh, $33 that got what? $33. Okay, we got to go in here. We got to make it happen. So we split it between two. Boom, 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 boom. Me and my boy, we busting it down. You know what I'm saying? We splitting that in half. All right, you got 16. I got Let me get the rest of it. We're gonna work it. Boom, 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 boom. My boy said, "Hey, you got it?" "Yeah, I got it. We did it." All right, bet. Now it's about our money. But that's why she wanted hustlers. So this particular day that happens, everything running smooth, everything on the pound, clock ticking, this, that, and the third. My mindset is getting to work release. My main thing is getting to work release, because I know my support is limited out here in these streets. My support when it comes financially in these streets, if I don't get it, ain't nobody gonna give it to me. That's bottom line. That's just hands down. That's just what it is. That's just how life goes. You know what I'm saying? My family, you know what I mean? I don't want to talk down about the fam. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk down about the fam, whatever the case may be, but it's only certain people that's in certain positions. And we kept a lot of secrets, and we ain't say too much. We ain't put people business out in the street, whatever the case may be. So most of my people didn't even know I was gone. Most of the people didn't even know I was locked up. Didn't nobody know I was gone. I was off the street. I was out there. I was in the dead. I was in the wilderness. I was gone. I was in the jungle. Didn't nobody know. But it was all good though. Plugg wasn't tripping. But I knew I had to get the work release. I knew I needed to have me some place of employment before I left here. And that was my main thing. My main thing was the main thing. You know what I'm saying? So these days go by. A couple weeks go by. You know what I mean? Now we have this situation. Now this particular day wasn't nothing going on. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back to the dorm and lay down for count time. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go back to the dorm. So for this particular day, this lady who had a problem with me, she said, nope, let me take that back. See, that's why I was trying to collect my thoughts so I can give y'all the whole view. We had a transit dude come through. And that's how I knew a lot of dudes that come through this chain gang, they were flawed. Super flawed. You know what I mean? They were just super flawed. That's just the way they live. Just super flawed. Don't think everything that went to the chain gang, everything that went behind that wall, and he probably come home and tell you, "Nigga, I was solid." Don't believe that. Because this particular day, you know, like, all right, you get canteen sheets. Nobody's familiar with this, you know what I'm saying, unless you've been up there. You get canteen sheets, and they got a list of everything that's on the canteen sheets. You feel me? And this is very important. I gotta explain this to you now. I just need y'all to follow along with me and ride along with me on this story time. So So buddy, he wanted one of these canteen sheets. The canteen sheets show you everything, so you can go inside and strategically put your whatever 50, 60, 70, 80, or up to $100 worth of order together. So you need this canteen sheet to get all the prices, so you can mark it down to the last cent. So you know you can get everything that you need to get it without getting to the window and forgetting. You can make your canteen list. So everybody want their own personal canteen sheet slips. And this is another hustle that we got. We got somebody in the library. We give him the canteen sheet when the new canteen sheet come out, and he go and take it to the library and he scan them. He make copies. He'll make us buy 25, 30 copies. Now, these particular canteen sheets go for $1 on the pound. If you want your own personal canteen sheet, it's $1 on the pound. Now, what you want to do is buy this canteen sheet because everybody gonna want this canteen sheet. So if anybody come to you, you can use your hustle that you had spent $1 on to possibly make you some money. Dog, give me a soup, dog, let you hold my canteen sheet. Or give me some mayonnaise packets, or, you know, any essential things you may need that you don't think you need, but you might need, you know what I'm saying, to get your canteen sheet running. All right, to get your hustle going. Cool. So dude come to the window. He say, bro, you got any canteen sheets? I say, this is the weekend. So the library ain't open. I ain't gonna have no new canteen sheets until the following day. He might do it on Monday, but I might not get them and have them ready for sale on Tuesday. So, but he's like, man, can I get a canteen sheet? I'm like, man, I'm down to my last canteen sheet. You know what I'm saying? Like, I say, bro, I can't let you get it. I say, cause I ain't over there in that dorm no more. Now we in the orderly dorm. I'm not in the dorm with you that I can give it to you and then you give it back to me when I get back in here, because I gotta keep me one canteen sheet in order to make that copies happen to come here. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I can't do that for you, bro. I said, I normally have these, you know what I'm saying, for the, you know what I'm talking about? And he was like, man, y'all tripping, dog. So he go inside, right? Beat on the door. She let him in, like, well, what's wrong with you? So obviously he must have told her, man, they up there selling canteen sheets. I can't even get a canteen sheet. So she come up there, boom, 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 boom. You ain't give him a canteen sheet so he can go and fill out his order. And I'm like, this old snitch ass nigga. I'm disappointed, feelings hurt, distraught, upset. Can't believe this nigga done told. He done told on me. And then he come back to the window, sour face, looking like one of the kids that just told mama on Big Brother. So I slide in the canteen sheet. So now we go middle of the day, it's count time again. So she come and say, she sent one of the officer, real cool dude. I think his name was Roddenberry or something like that. His name was Roddenberry. She sent him to the canteen to come over there and flip my canteen to see if I'm got any contraband in my canteen. So he go in there, you know what I'm saying, all the stash spots. If he did, he couldn't find nothing. Ain't no way. You don't spend enough time in here to know these spots and these crevices and these that we got going on. You don't know nothing about that. You know what I'm saying? He don't know nothing about that. Now, this is very important to the story. Now, this is why I'm telling you this part. It might be a little drawn out a little bit, but stay with me. Stay with me, please. So boom, he comes in there try to flip the canteen. Ain't nothing in there that he find. So she mad. She going to say he clean. She's like, well, go check his locker, foot locker. All right. So as I tell you, my people weren't sending me money like that. So I wasn't going to the canteen like that. I hadn't been in the canteen long enough to receive a payment to actually go to the window. Even if I did, I didn't have to go to the window anyway because I had my hustle going. So I wouldn't have to spend no money anyway. You feel what I'm saying? So she goes in there. Now, this particular day, now you're not supposed to have any canteen in your locker, in your foot locker, if you don't have a receipt for it. So this particular day, I had lunch in there for myself. I had a soup, I had a tuna, cheese squeeze, and a pack of cookies, a pack of Zappy cookies. He goes, hit what's the name, blah, 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 blah. Say, you got this right here in your locker. It's petty. It's like somebody could have just gave this to me. You know what this woman do? She hit me with possession of contraband. I get locked up. Now, mind you, in my locker, I only have my lunch, but I got about $30 to $40 worth of canteen in somebody else's locker. You understand? I'm pissed. I get locked up. They take my black ass to confinement. I say, this is so petty. The whole time I'm walking up the breezeway, they looking at me like, man, what happened? What happened? Contraband, bro. They just hear me say contraband. I ain't going in depth and tell them exactly what it was. I ain't going in depth and tell them exactly what it was. I ain't tell them what I had. They probably thought I had some crazy stuff, but they probably thought I had the F book or whatever the case may be in my locker. No, I ain't tell them what I had. I just had a little snack, had lunch. So boom, they take me to confinement. Now, I go into confinement. Now, in confinement, you got AC and you got DC. AC is before you go to DR court. Now, if you was here for story time 1, I told you about the time when I had the bump, and then we go to AC. AC is where you sit at while they investigate your charges, this, that, and the third. Now, you have 15 days to be on AC before they either have to find you guilty or let you out. So I go in there. I go into confinement and I'm on AC. And guess who I'm in confinement with? All right, I don't know if y'all from Florida, but I'm from Florida. And there's a song that's quite popular in Florida called Can't Wang With It, Can't Wang With It, Can't Wang With It, Can't Wang With It. They say, yeah, popular song. And guess who I'm in there with? The man they made the song about. That's with K Wayne. I'm in AC with K Wayne. K Wayne's a big man on the pound. Yes, he is. He's a big, you know, me and him, we discussed a lot of things that I won't discuss on here. I'm knowing that this man has been home and probably been home and doing wonderful things out there in Tampa, where he's from, you know, Hillsborough County, where he's from. And I hope he out there doing some wonderful things, man. If you happen to catch this presentation or you catch this show, man, blessings to you, my brother. Peace. Proper education always corrects error. Yes, that's who I learned that from, my brother. And within these days, we was there in confinement for, I think, a total of 7 days. When the most craziest thing that could have ever happened. You in this confined space, two men in this space, you know, everybody got to eat, everybody has to release. It is what it is, but there's rules to the game when you're in confined spaces with certain individuals. You understand? You gotta know how to pee. You gotta know how to boo boo. It is what it is. You gotta know how to pee and you gotta know how to boo boo. So this particular day, I get up, use the bathroom, flush the toilet. When I flushed the toilet did not stop flushing